Hey guys, welcome back to the Cyber Hack. I got some great news. I am 20 minutes away, actually even less, for my next interview. Another position. This one is actually the CERT team, more of a senior role, but I'm not management this time. It's the computer emergency response team, and I'm not sure what they're going to be doing specifically, but I will find out shortly because, like I said, the interview is going to be happening in less than 15 minutes at this moment. So I'm really excited. I'm so prepped up, and I think a little spiffy, so I should be okay and good to go. Hopefully everything works out great. I will be doing another video right after the interview so I don't forget the questions that they're asking me or how the engagement went. And if it happens, awesome. Now, I do have another one. The interview video that I did, and I said I used a new format for the resume. The very next day, this very large electrical company reached out to me. It was a phone screening. The recruiter was like, hey, like we need someone with 12 years of experience. I only had 10. They need to have certain criterias, which I met. And then there were other things that were optional. The other optional things were like SCADA and OT. And I was like, what the hell? GRC and, governance, compliance, governance, risk, and compliance, which I am familiar with. But in the healthcare industry, now this was more of a government, and actually not so much government, but the larger operational, I guess is part of the government, but I don't think it's a government entity. It provides, it's an electric grid for major state. Yeah, state. So anyway, I got a great news while I'm prepping for this interview. I was told by the recruiter for that one that they're excited to meet me because I obviously they filtered me down through the phone screening, and now that large company wants to interview me as well. Now, the hard part of all this while doing a video is proving that I have all these interviews lined up. I don't want to record the conversation because it can get too sensitive, but if through time, I'll probably post it and I'll scrub out the information, whether it's from my email, like messages that I received, and I'll have to scrub out the emails and to kind of just put the body and let you guys know that, this is what happened. I thought this was really amazing because it all had to do with the new formatting of the resume. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go through the whole process because now I have like less than 13 minutes to go before I have to make sure everything is up and running, right? So my video conferencing and all my lighting and all that is going to be working perfectly fine. No interruptions. And then I'll come back and finalize this video. Guys, so I just finished the interview. It was amazing. I think it went really well. I knew a lot of individuals who were working at this company already, and they knew exactly what I knew as far as EDRs, SIMs, and all the other applications, because this company is the one that manages through all of them. All these little sub-agencies is this company, this organization manages all of that, and I would be on the top tier of them all. And one of the biggest questions was, have I ever dealt with an incident? And I said, yes, I have done many, because I used to work for a consulting firm, and this consulting firm, I was doing digital forensics, meaning I had to go do the whole chain of custody, grab the hard drive, duplicate it, and then we had things like child pornography. We had divorces, divorce cases where the wife was claiming like the husband had hidden bank accounts with extra money that he just refused to give her. So many different scenarios that I've been through in my healthcare days. I doctors who had PHI on the laptops got it stolen from the car, and the first thing we had to do was like, is it encrypted? Did we lose anything? And then there was other times where doctors' offices decide to scan all their paper documents and then decide to just throw out the whole box of papers without even shredding it while it has all this patient information. And what do? Someone stole the whole box and decided to try to sell it online to like the dark web or something. And that's how the cops found it and came back to us like, what is going on with this? And that has to do with security. But unfortunately, cybersecurity had no control over the physical security of an individual who decided to throw out garbage thinking it was just regular paper. which was insane. But that was the type of story that I told during the interview. It got them engaged. It got them excited. Like, oh my goodness, this is a real incident. That's huge. And my explanation to all that was, I was grateful to have experienced negative downside incidents, real life incidents that can jeopardize and compromise a whole company, because nothing teaches you more than at the spur of the moment going through this type of scenario, which is insane. So going through things now or in the past makes you a better person, because now you know what's up, you know what's going on and how to handle the situation, because you weren't the only one involved. And there was a whole policy in place. What do we do? Where's the playbook? How do we handle this? Did we lose anything? So much going on. I think the interview went great. I had a couple questions. Don't ever stop an interview and say, I got no questions. My questions to them were, how soon are you planning to put someone into this position, and how soon do you think they can fill it? Unfortunately, they know what they can do, but some of the things are just out of their hand, where is the hiring process with the whole HR, the getting onboarding, and, just different things that happen, different moving components that not everyone can control, even the hiring manager. So, but my take on it was that it was very positive. I was told that, I said, what happens after this? Will I get told that, come back, or, would there be a second interview? And he said, yeah, there would be a second interview, and it would be additional individuals, technical individuals, and there would be more in depth of like asking technical questions. Now, didn't elaborate on what type of technical questions, but hopefully it'll be things that I can easily respond to and not be like, 7 layers of the OSI, what does the network layer do, or what does the session layer do? Because during that time with the high stress, is like, oh my God, I forget, hopefully it's not textbook Q&As, but real life scenarios, administrative stuff. Some of the questions that was asked during the interview was, did I do any cloud work? I said, yeah, I worked with Azure, identity access management and creating groups, individual, users, delegating their roles and all that. That was like part of it, right? Now that I've been into Azure environment, what type of SIM? I've used Splunk, I've used QRadar, and I still use them to this day. Not just in a training environment, but real life production environment. So a lot of things like that. What type of EDR stuff do we use? And, QRadar and ingesting CrowdStrike and ingesting all these logs from the system, SCCM and all these other things, and monitoring that and trying to stay above it, patching, right? So you want to make sure that, mention patching and remediating and troubleshooting, certain things. And what were some of the other questions that were asked? So it was a broad range of things, but it was everything that I could answer and I knew, right? So, between have I would work with cloud, identity access management, what type of SIM, EDR, investigations, incidents, it was a half an hour that exceeded over maybe 10 minutes, because, we had a great conversation going, but unfortunately, Mr. Hiring Manager had other prior engagements, so we had to cut the meeting at that time. But I said, at this point, it was awesome. Great learning experience. Again, practice makes perfect. Suit and tie, shirt and tie for an interview is always the best thing to do, even when it's remote. All right, guys? So please remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.